Good evening, good evening. Can you hear me? I've learned from everyone else's example. Thank you all for being here. Yes? Alexander Baca Fresquez. Yes, of course, of course. Thank you all for being here. I know this is Mike Deus' stomping ground, so thank you for hosting us tonight, good sir. I thought about what I might talk to you all about. There's so many things to talk about, and so many other people have talked about them so eloquently. I usually prefer to answer questions, so I'll answer most of your questions when we move into that round. But I started to think about the organization that invited us all here, the remind me again?
Coalition of Conservative Finance.
Hey, I like the crowd. So the core word, the operative word of that organization is conservative, yes? And do we all understand what that word means? I looked up the definition, I looked up the word origin, and it means, in our common parlance, to protect something from harm, yes, from damage. We've all been talking about that throughout the evening. All of the different crime that's been occurring has caused concern within everybody here. I'm a member of the community just like Jason, just like a bunch of the other people that have spoken who have children. My children are teenagers now, and actually I just added a couple of small ones to the plan. So my major concern is whether or not my children are going to be able to have anything close to the experience that I had here in this town, whether or not they are going to be able to have a future here, whether they will be able to grow a family of their own, whether they'll be able to provide for their family, if things keep going down the path that they've been going down. I think about ourselves in terms of history, and I ask you all, where are we in history? Where do we stand? Are we at the beginning, are we in the middle, or at the end? Anybody? I find that we are the middle children of history. We have a long history before us. Our families founded the city of Las Cruces, many of them. They put their lifeblood into building it into a place where they could raise their families, and now we are those children, right? We are those grandchildren, and we look forward to a future where our own children can live here. Every decision that we make going forward in the next 4 years, in the next 4 days, is going to decide the future that our children will have when we have grown beyond our ability to influence that future, and we have to hand off the mantle of leadership to our children. We have to decide right now how we're going to make sure that they have something to take hold of. They have a city that has a thriving economy where they can provide for themselves, where they can recreate, where they can have children, like I said, of their own. So I look forward to hearing your questions. I look forward to talking more about the issues. What I'll leave you with is what I think the best mayor will be. The quality of the best mayor will be somebody who doesn't tell you what you want, doesn't tell you what you need, but listens to your needs and your wants, and takes all of the good ideas and all of the passions that have already been expressed in this evening's conversation and puts them to use. The word origin of mayor also is what I looked up before I came to talk with you all, and it's understood in France and Italy as mayordomo or maitre d'. If you've heard those words, does anyone know what those ones mean? They essentially mean butler. Yes, good sir, exactly. That's exactly what a mayor does, is serves. They don't take hold, they don't empower themselves, they strip themselves of their personal interests, like Jason was saying, and they live to serve. One of the major ways that I think that I will distinguish myself from the other candidates is by making this pledge here and now, and I will continue to make it throughout the campaign, is to commit half of the mayor's salary to direct service. So people who own a business and decide that they want to invest their life savings and open up and experience things like crime, things like vandalism, there's going to be $40,000 of the mayor's salary that's going to be going into direct service to help people like that. It's going to be going towards scholarships for more mental health care providers to grow up here, to go through programs here, and then to stay here and serve. There's also going to be scholarship money for people to enter into trades programs to help to allow the residents of Las Cruces to be able to purchase houses that they have been essentially priced out of the market for, you know? So that's one pledge you're making now. I look forward to your questions. Alexander Fresquez for service. Good evening.